Class is in session. This is the Blaise Taylor trial. We have a verdict. The verdict is in. Like I said earlier in the week, if I'm wrong on the verdict, I'll let you know. But anyway, I said he'd be found guilty for murdering Jade and murdering her unborn baby because he attracted what he feared. He feared. You got to kill the beta before the beta kills you. You attract what you fear. When you fear something, you will be overly exaggerating the consequences of the outcome. What is it? What is fear absent of reason or something like that? But I'd look it up. But anyway, I'll put it in the description. But anyway, let's hear it.
7 through 12. So, Miss juror number 7, you are the foreperson, and the jury's arrived at a unanimous verdict. All right, if you would please, ma'am, stand and announce that verdict on behalf of the jury.
We, the jury, find the defendants Blaise Taylor for count 1 guilty of second-degree murder. For count 2, guilty of first-degree premeditated murder. For count 3, guilty of first-degree felony murder during the commission of a felony. For count 4, guilty of first-degree felony murder during the commission of a felony.
All right, if you'll turn that document in, please, ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you can back up just a second. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you've heard your foreperson, juror number 7, announce your verdict in this particular case, that you found Mr. Taylor guilty in count 1, second-degree murder, in count 2, first-degree premeditated murder, in counts 3 and 4, felony murder during the commission of a first-degree murder. I'll ask you if that is your individual verdict. If it is, you would indicate it is. If it's not, you would indicate it's not. Juror number 1, is that your individual verdict?
Yes.
We don't need to go through all that, but that's going to be a life sentence without parole, more than likely, in my opinion. I think it's going to be a life sentence without parole. But, there's no closure. Nobody wins, everybody loses, in this thing. But you had a beta, you had a weak beta. But, that's Mom. Well, they got justice for her, That's a soldier right there. Najee Jackson, that's her best friend. She's a soldier. She put her ass on the line, and she put her reputation on the line, which is very important to women. Obviously, we know this. And she went to bat for her friend, who reached out to her. They were friends. These are friends to the end right here. True soldier warrior for her friend. And you need one of these in life, gentlemen. But yeah, Blaise Taylor is going to get what he deserves, I believe, in this case. You know, I talked about it. It's in the video with Najee testifying for her friend. She got justice for her friend. I think her testimony pretty much won the case. You know, and Jade reached out to her, you know, in her dying moments. Her last words to her friend, "What you put in my drink? What did you put in my drink, you beta male?" She knew she was double-crossed, so she called her friend. She called her true warrior. And, you know, not too many people have friends like this. You know, she could have not testified and put her own reputation on the line. They go through her phone. How many people, you know, I mean, a lot of people wouldn't turn their phones over. But, you know, they called her a drug addict, and, you know, and she had to go through the moments of, you know, going back through her friend being, you know, murdered. And listening to her friend being murdered. It's absolutely horrifying. And she had to relive that. But she got justice for her friend. So that's good. But he attracted what he feared. And we're here to learn lessons, though. And the lesson is, do not overemphasize the fear in your life. Okay? You can conquer it. You know, if he would have conquered this situation, the guy was an NFL scout. I mean, he could have dealt with this. You know, yet he decided murder was a better way. And now he's going to spend the rest of his life in jail. You know? And knowing on his mind, he's killed 2 people. A unborn baby and Jade Benning. You know? A little girl didn't even get the chance to live her life. For what? Your fear? You know, you will attract what you fear. Now he's just, you know, and one of the things they were saying is he didn't want his girlfriend to know about it. Whatever. Now he's, you know, now he's spending the rest of his life in prison. You know, I don't know how they do girlfriends in there. I'm not being funny about it. I don't. I mean, whatever. It's, you know. It's just not. He did not solve his situation. If you're gonna, fear is there. Emotions are there. I'll end this quickly. But emotions are there for you to solve problems. If you get angry, you interpret. You feel the emotion. You interpret that emotion. I am angry. What now? What do I do with this? Or I am fearful. Okay, why am I fearful? Okay, what do I do with this fear? You don't just hang on it. I mean, that women do, and that's okay. You know, we want women to be emotional. We need them to be emotional. We need them to be nurturing and emotional. You know, but men, we need men to solve problems. And the way men solve problems is they feel an emotion, they acknowledge the emotion, they interpret the emotion, and they act on it. You know? Okay, I'm fearful. Okay, that's fear. Why am I fearful? Okay, what do I need to do with this fear? I need to take action to solve the problem, you know? Or I don't need to do anything. Or I know I'm and always acknowledge, I know I'm going to over-exaggerate the consequences of my actions. You know? Because that's what fear does. It makes you catastrophize everything. Oh, it's going to be this. It's cancer. I got cancer. I know it's cancer. I mean, we do that. You know? And it could be, but often, most 99% of the time, it's not. You know? And so, you know, we know a lot of cancer survivors. You know, I mean, you know, not saying that's a great thing to, you know, but, you know, don't overemphasize the fear. You know? Go to battle with it. You know what I mean? Oh, having a baby. Oh, okay. Well, you know, that is a big thing. But, you know, how many people, what's that song? Best mistake I ever made? I think I'll have to put that in the description. But, you know, There's a lot of people, best mistake they ever made was having a baby. You know? I know some people saved their lives. You know? That they finally found something to love. You know what I mean? So, he didn't even give himself the chance. He got stuck in this, like, you know, this, you know, this he frozen in this fear. And you will attract what you fear. So, just a little lesson and a little update on the video I did last week. Alright. Now, Jay Jackson, you're a warrior. See you on the next one.